Hey guys, today I wanted to do a little video going over how to handle a long line. So when you take your dog on what I call snifaris, so decompression walks, these are walks where you're going out of your neighborhood. It'd be great if it was on like a nature trail of some kind or at a park, and you're actually taking your dog on a 15-foot leash so that they have more space to just kind of meander around, take their time, sniff, and check out the environment. This is super important for all dogs really, because it's something they enjoy doing and it helps drain their energy in a different way than like physical exercise does. Also, if you have a dog that's not great on leash in your neighborhood or pulls on a 5 or 6 foot leash, sometimes you will see an improvement in their what I call walking when you start giving them the opportunity to have these kinds of walks. So I'm just going to show you how to hold this long line in a safe way, because they can be a little dangerous if you're not careful. So I have a scar on my ankle from a dog getting twisted around behind me. I didn't realize where my feet were, and when the dog moved fast, it actually burned my ankle. You only learn that lesson once. But I want you guys to be safe and feel comfortable using them. So you're always going to be reeling the leash in when your dog is close to you and letting the leash out as they need more space. Also, you want to watch where your feet are, or if there's people walking with you, you don't ever want your dog to get like wrapped around behind them and start moving forward, because that's how you could trip somebody. But if you get used to using them, it does take a little bit of practice. It's a really valuable tool, and I will show you some tips now. So you're gonna take your hand and you're gonna loop your thumb through the loop here. And I like to give myself a little extra flexibility, so I will take one of these loops, loop it over my index finger, and then make a strong grip like this. For the long line, I'll take it from here and I will slide my hand down and make a loop. Now, I want this loop to go out so that it's facing away from me, okay? So that's gonna make it easier when you're reeling your dog in and out. So I'm gonna make another loop. It's going away from me, another loop, going away from me, and on down the line. This is a 15-foot line, and this one's made of biothane, which is my favorite because it doesn't pick up all the dirt and grime if it does happen to drag on the ground, or when we're using it for training as a drag line. So here's the end. Now when I'm standing, you'll see that I've got all this kind of gripped in my hand, and as my dog moves away, I'll be letting the leash out, loop by loop, and as my dog comes closer to me, I'll be reining it back in, loop by loop. One hand over the other here, okay? I actually encourage you to watch this video once, go actually get your long line and sit here and watch it again and do what I do. Because you're gonna need to sit here and practice this, just letting it in and out. I would practice it a little bit just in your house without your dog attached. If you get to the point where your dog is all the way away from you and the whole leash is out at that point, and you've just got this grip, I would anchor it at your belly button. And be aware that if your dog gets that far from you, you should be assessing if they are kind of in control of their brain, right? Will they listen to you if you call their name? Because the thing you don't want is a dog to get like a 15-foot running start and suddenly pull you really hard, because that could put you right on your face. So again, this is kind of an ebb and flow. You're just meandering with your dog. If your dog sees something really exciting like a squirrel or a rabbit, do not give them 15 foot of leash, right? Use some common sense and know that if you see a distraction, you should start reeling your dog in. When you're going on a sniffer walk with your dog using the long line, you want to attach it to the back of their harness instead of the front. I usually reserve the front hook with the collar for our working walks when we're actually working on loose leash walking. The sniffer walks, I want them to know the difference, and they will start to know the difference when it's hooked on the back and you have the long line. So the other thing is it helps keep your dog's legs slightly less tangled. Sometimes if it's hooked on the front with the long line, it gets a little more wrapped up. So you just want to watch for that as well.